Carolyn Dube here, and welcome to this month's colorful jelly print party. Well, what am I playing with this month? I'm actually playing with wooden Christmas ornaments. These are little wooden sleighs, and quite frankly, they're cute, but they're kind of boring. But apparently they were very exciting to me at some point because I've purchased an entire stack of them. Don't know when I bought them, probably got a good deal on them. I've had them so long, who knows when I did that. But I've decided this is the year I'm going to use these things up. I'm going to get some color on them, I'm going to get some layers on them, and turn these things into mixed media ornaments. So come along as I play with the Gelli Plate and turn these into something a little more exciting. Well, now I'm going to get these ready for some paint by adding a layer of gesso, and what that's going to do is give me the best chance of getting the paint to stick well to these. I could put the effort into sanding these and all that kind of stuff, but that's really more work than I'm going to do. I'm going to put gesso on it, and I think it's going to be just fine. The other thing that it does for me is it gives me more of a white base, and I tend to prefer white over cream colors, so it does two things for once at me. I get the white. Of course, sometimes I get the white in places I didn't really want it. I'm trying to keep the runners red, but if a little paint gets here and there, you know I'm going to be okay with it because I'm just going to call that an oops. So I've primed all of my little sleds, I've given them time to dry, and now I'm going to add the first layer of color that I'm going to put on the sleds. I'm going to start with the warm colors. I'm going to put a couple of colors on the Gelli Plate, and then I'm going to brayer them around. In a perfect world, which clearly I don't live in, I would have put a lot less paint on here because I don't want it to be that thick or heavy. So I've got to get some of this paint off of here. So I'm just going to use a handy dandy journal, and I'm going to clean off my brayer right in there so I don't waste any of that paint. But then I'm actually going to take some paint off of this just once to take the super squishy gushy paint off of it, and I get a little color in my journal. Now all I'm doing is simply taking the sleds and putting them on there. And as I'm putting them on there, it's creating some pattern and texture right there within the Gelli Plate too. So I'm kind of getting a 2-for-1 with this. Little bits of color on the sleds as well as a really cool print that I think is going to come up with this. And as I finish this up, I'm realizing I think I need to keep one of these sleds to keep making this pattern in here for when I'm playing at other times with my Gelli Plate because I'm loving the look that I'm going to get from this. I can already tell from that paint it's going to be a good pull. And oh yeah, it makes me super excited to see that pull. Well, now it's time to add the next layer of paint. I'm going to go with the cool colors, the blues and the greens. And of course, since I used so much paint last time, you'd think I'd remember because it was oh so long ago, but no. I've got this thing loaded up, slathered up with way too much paint. And that's just an oops. And the oops that I get from that, the opportunity, is I get to put a lot more color into that art journal page for future use. And the process is the same as with the warm colors. I'm just putting those sleds on there, picking up some of the paint, and in the process, I'm making a pattern right there on that paint, just like I did with the other one. So of course, naturally, it should turn out wonderfully and perfect, just like the last Gelli print. Well, guess what? The Gelli print isn't exactly that kind of thing you can control all the way, and the print's fine, but it didn't really rock my world the way the other print did. And as I'm finishing these up by adding just a little bit of yellow paint in between the slats, wanted to let you know that I have a whole bunch of jelly printing videos if you'd like to see more of them over on my blog for all of the colorful jelly print parties. I've got almost 2 years worth of them over there, as well as on my YouTube channel. I've got lots of jelly printing videos. So if you're subscribed to my YouTube channel, you know where to find all that stuff. And if you're not subscribed yet, I'd love it if you click that button, subscribe to my YouTube channel, and that way you can easily find me and you'll know when I have new videos that are out. Well, this is what I've been doing with the Gelli Plate this month, and I'd love to see what you're doing with the Gelli Plate. I hope you'll share it with me and everyone else over in the Google Plus community called A Colorful Playground. I'll have the links down below for you in the YouTube video, and as well as over on my blog with this blog post at acolorfuljourney.com. And of course, if you've enjoyed this video and have a friend that you think would enjoy it too, I'd love it if you'd share it with them. Every time this video is shared, it feeds the muse and gets me back here making more videos for you. Thanks for being a part of this colorful journey.